We return to one of our top stories now. Lebanon says it wants a ceasefire between Hezbollah and Israel to be extended. The current ceasefire, set to expire on Sunday, has brought a significant drop in violence, but Israeli strikes have continued to hit southern Lebanon, with the health ministry reporting at least 3 killed on Thursday. Well, let's bring in Marc Tueni now, who's from Lebanon's National Bloc, a reformist political party in the country. Marc, thank you very much for your time and for joining us here at TRT World. Now, Lebanese and Israeli envoys are meeting anytime soon in Washington. Let's start with your expectations, please, from these talks this time round.
What I expect, honestly, is not a fragile agreement like the one we have right now. It's a real solution for our problems. This is what I expect. I don't want another fragile ceasefire for another 10 days. I want a proper solution that will bring us eventually to peace, or at least to bring the Lebanese people back to their homes and not have the Israeli occupiers in our territory. This is what I want.
So that's not necessarily your expectation, Marc, is it? That's what you hope for. The ultimate objective, a lasting solution for the conflict and the region. But how will they be able to avoid this initial stage of talks from collapsing before these direct talks and anything substantial and long-lasting is put in place?
Yeah, to be able to put a proper solution in place, they actually need to negotiate. They need to have direct talks. And this is what the Lebanese state is doing right now. And we must salute the Lebanese state for their hard work. They achieved a first ceasefire 1 week ago for the first time when they negotiated live with the Israeli forces for the first time since the 1980s. So if they continue on this path, we will eventually achieve something. If both parties want to achieve something, want to have a proper solution, proper talks, and bring everything they need to bring onto the table, we will achieve something. Right now, it's still fragile. Israel is still bombing the Lebanese territory and is occupying part of this territory. So ultimately, we want them to leave and we want the bombing to stop. To be able to achieve that, direct talks are mandatory.
You mentioned the ceasefire, Marc, but it is in place until Sunday at this stage, and yet the Israeli violation strikes on southern Lebanon continue. So how is it possible to maintain public support for these talks when a ceasefire isn't being applied to everyone? And I'm talking namely about people in the south of Lebanon.
You're right. This is an excellent question. But still, before the ceasefire, Israel was bombing the whole territory. The south, Beirut, the west suburbs, and even the mountains. After the ceasefire, they are still bombing, but they are only bombing the south. It's a shame that they are still bombing. It's a ceasefire. They should stop. But still, it's better than what it was before. Now, the population wants to stop the war. Everyone in Lebanon wants the war to stop. Lebanon cannot continue on that path. No one can. The state cannot. And even Hezbollah can't keep on going. So everyone wants the talk to
work. Yeah, I'm hearing you, Marc. But you mentioned Hezbollah there, but Hezbollah has rejected this whole process. So can a peace deal realistically actually be enforced if Hezbollah refuses to disarm, and if the Lebanese army or the Lebanese government's unable to disarm the group? What happens next?
You're right. This is the risk. If Hezbollah doesn't give up his weapons, there's still, and there might still be a risk for them to attack back Israel. This is true. Now, if we want the solution to be lasting, we need them to hand on their weapons. To be able to do that, we need to strengthen the state. Right now, the state is not capable of de-weaponizing Hezbollah. If we give them the opportunity, the force, and the international coverage to do so, they will be able to do it. The Lebanese people don't necessarily want Hezbollah at their next to their homes to defend them. They want someone to defend them. If the Lebanese state is there and is capable and is defending them and is showing it to them, they will be behind the state, not behind the militia. This is why I'm telling you that everyone in Lebanon, the whole population, including the ones that voted for Hezbollah, wants the war to stop. Not necessarily a peace agreement with Israel, but a lasting solution that will not bring them back, bring them back to their homes and not be scared of having bombs over their heads again in a couple of months, in a couple of years, or even in 10 years. I don't know. Something that is lasting and that will stay.
Marc, really appreciate your time and your thoughts. Thank you very much.